Meanwhile, here's Shy Guy on lap 36. He's got the new tyres. He's trying to chase down Doman, and he sets a fastest lap. Mike Nike now, perhaps trying to mount a challenge against Lance. He's got Lance's teammate in the background there. Oh, another mistake. Wackinger has really moved from the second position. And Mike has made lots of uncharacteristic mistakes in this race.
Yeah, a lot of the back markers are really holding up the leaders here today. I mean, most of the field has been lapped, but, you know, they're not really getting out of the way.
Pathetic.
Shy Guy then is closing down Doman with 6 laps to go, and another fastest lap of 34.861. Look at the effect of the new tyres, really bringing down the lap time as the fuel burns off as well. Lands then leading the race with 5 laps to go, and he's extended his lead over Mike Knight to 6.5 seconds. Oh, and he's overlapping the Marussia there of Salas. So Lands really extending his lead. Looked like it was coming down to just over 2 seconds at one point, but now it's back up, and Lands driving a pretty dominant display.
Shy Guy clearly wanking this track.
Have another fastest lap for him. Teammate Bulbanet getting out the way there. Very disappointing race from him. And meanwhile, here's our leader Lands, and he's touching the wall there and getting back lapped by that Marussia car. Oh, very close into the first corner, and Lance goes over the UBS curb. Got to be careful. He's been the only one to avoid the wall all day. Mike Knight then trying to make his way through the lap traffic with just 3 laps to go in the GP Hiszpanii. Looks like, unless there's something unprecedented happening, looks like Lance is on his way to his first ever F1 Speed League win. Lance is a highly successful player across all leagues, both SCARTs, TurboSiders.com, F1 League, and now the F1 Speed League. And Lance now with just 2 laps to go, starting the penultimate lap, still around those Red Bull cars that have held him up all race, but he goes flying over the curb. And now our leader on the final lap of the race. Mike has brought the gap back down to 3 seconds, but barring a terrible mistake with those evil curbs, there's nothing more that can touch Lance as he's on the final lap at Valencia, going for the win.
We haven't really said too much about him here today because we've had such an eventful race. You know, we've been watching everyone throughout the field just like going off into the wall or making mistakes or just not really getting the car in the right place. But Lance, incredible race.
Yeah, he took the lead incredibly, driving a fantastic consistent race, and Lance wins for the HRT team in Valencia. Mike Knight comes through second place, and Wackinger a podium finish at last.
Eventually, when he gets around that last corner.
Yeah, getting held up there, and Doman also comes across the finish for the McLaren team. Shy Guy looks like he's slowing down here on the final lap, but no rush. He nearly managed to get up to Doman, but not quite, so a bad strategy doing that third pit stop. He actually had passed Doman, so he could have had 4. And Pingu comes across in the 6th position. But Lance is the star of the show. An average lap time of 36.916. The HRT team taking their first ever win. And what a race. While everybody else was crashing and going off, Lance was consistent and won very, very deservedly. Time now for the podium celebrations with Lance, Mike Knight and Wackinger. So, a classic race in Valencia, you have to say. The first ever race, quite eventful. Surely they've got to change those curbs for next year. But we've complained about them enough already in the commentary. What do you guys think of it?
Yeah, there's no doubt, those curves were just absolutely shocking, but really, you can't take anything away from Lance and his incredible first victory in the F1 Speed League. He was the one guy that really made nearly no mistakes.
Yeah, Mike Knight coming through second place, Wakaja and Doman third and fourth. Shy Guy comes through a disappointing fifth after he led the race early. Pingu sick after he qualified on the front row. Shimek recovering to 7th place, 1 lap down. Creechman 8th, Arjun 9th, Arsen in 10th, Salas 11th, Sebol 12th, Bolbanek a disappointing 13th, and Klikoy was running at the end but 8 laps down. Absolutely incredible from the Williams team. In the standings, Mike Knight is now 28 points ahead of Shy Guy, who is second, even after his poor race, but Shimek is just 1 point off him, also having a poor race, and just 2 points off him is Lanz in 4th place, and 1 point off him is Wakager. It's really tightening up at the top of the table after this race, but Mike still has quite a bit of a buffer zone after he won those first 2 races.
Yeah, Mike's been really consistent here. He's only dropped 7 points so far, and that is what it really takes to become a champion.
Yeah, Mike looking good at the start of the year, but perhaps Lance can challenge. Lance can possibly challenge, and we've also seen Wakager and Doman, the McLarens, had pace today. Didn't quite manage to convert it, but 3rd and 4th is good result for them. So moving on to the team standings, and Toro Rosso now have 92 points, and McLaren are catching with 64 points in 2nd place. Red Bull in 3rd with 61 points, and Force India team have 40 points entirely from Shy Guy, beating the HRT team by 1 point, with points from Land and Arjun. So, thank you very much for watching highlights of the GP Hispanii. It's been great, and we're going to bring you a special edition of Sidus TV's F1 Speed League coverage next week, because it's the Monaco Grand Prix. Incredibly excited about that.
Yeah, can't wait for Monaco. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. If we have anything like the race we had today, anyone could win.
Yeah, and we got none of those evil curbs in Monaco, so we've got all the close walls and excited racing, 2 street circuits in a row. Certainly going to be interesting. Will the same guys dominate who dominated today? We'll see you next week. But for now, it's goodbye from me, James Tucker.
It's goodbye from me, Sam Jones.
It's goodbye from me, Jonathan Holmes.
Good night.